A little slow.
Yeah. Yeah. Priest, state your name, rank, and registry.
Hatasan, Ban Yam Yam, Ban Yasharala.
Hatan, Ban Yam Yam, Ban Yasharala.
Ya Bashem Al Shabrakatam.
Yahabashim Shabakta.
La Yasharala.
All right, we'll have everybody stand, face the east for the Lord's prayers. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Bashman. Shabbat Padah. Yeah. Shaka. Yeah. Allah. Allah. Tabaha. Ratazaka. Ratazaka. Yeah. Yeah. Asha. Asha. Aya. Yawam. What's Kabawa. Kabawabna, Wala, Tabiyanao, Anasabal, I was Shino, Ayam, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Waha'ala, Watapura, Labilum,
This is prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts,
and forgive us our debts,
as we forgive our debtors,
as we forgive our debtors,
and lead us not into
and
temptation,
lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the
For
kingdom,
thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. The power in the Hebrew, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Babakashah, the Tayina, Akak, La Parah, Kamakala, Kamadal, Akak, Latahal, Matsari Yum, Akak, Akuyum, Matiyum, Akak, Abakuwa, Hatama'ala, Lagash, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Tawad, Aman.
This is the power in English. Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Lord, in the name of Yahweh,
please give us the power.
please give us the power
To hear all manner of sickness,
to heal all manner of sickness
and all manner of disease,
and all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean
the
spirits,
power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. The blessings in the Hebrew, Barak,
Barak,
Atah, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Wayabashah, Makiala, Waliyam,
Waliyam,
Muntasbaha, Alawak, Yana, Howabiyam, Asariyam, Akwataza Yanyam, Hakwa Yayalium, Hakwa Atiyum, Yahweh, Aman.
This is the blessings in English. Bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh,
and Yahweh
and
Shai,
Yahweh,
and Michael,
and Michael,
and the angels,
and the angels,
commanding General Yohanan,
commanding General,
the generals,
the generals,
the
the
captains,
captains,
the officers,
the officers,
the troopers,
the troopers,
and the sisters.
and the sisters.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
in the name of Yahweh,
thank you, so be it.
thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha, Ayanya,
Ayanya,
All,
All,
Hariyam,
Hariyam,
Mayam,
Mayam,
Yaba'a,
Yah,
Azara,
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 Ma'ain,
Ma'an,
Yahweh,
Yah,
Asha,
Asha,
Shamayam,
Shamayam,
Ratiza,
Warat,
Ayatan,
Ayatan,
Lamawat,
Namawat,
Regalka,
Wagat,
All Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Shamak,
Shamak,
Hana,
Hana,
La'a,
La,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'a,
Wala,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Shawamar,
Shawamar,
Yasha'ala,
Asha,
Yahweh,
Yah,
Shamark,
Shamar,
Yahweh,
Yah,
Tazalka,
Yazal,
Al Yah,
Ayah,
Yam Yanka,
Yamah,
Yawamam,
Yamah,
Ashamash,
Ashama,
La'a,
La,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Yara,
Malayala,
Alayah,
Yahweh,
Yah,
Yashamark,
Yashamar,
Makarai,
Yakura,
Yashamar,
Yashmar,
Atnapaska,
Atnapash,
Yahweh,
Yah,
Yashamar,
Yashmar,
Taza'aka,
Tazaka,
Wabawa'aka,
Abba,
Mata,
Mata,
Wa'ad,
Ma'at,
Awalam.
Awalam. This is Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall not slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in,
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
This time forth,
and even forevermore.
even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahim,
Allah,
Alda Mayalaka,
Allah,
Alta Karash,
Allah, Karash,
Wa Alta Shakwat,
Allah, Squat,
All,
Allah,
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Abu Yabyaka,
Allah,
Yahama Yawan,
Yahweh Yahweh,
Wamasha Nayaka,
Manachayaka,
Nasha'awa,
Nasha'al,
Ra'ash,
Rash,
Alamaka,
Alamak,
Ya'ara Yamwa,
Yam,
Sawad,
Sawa,
Wayatazawa,
Watazazu,
Al Tazapanyaka,
Altazapayaka,
Amawa,
Amaru,
Lakawa,
Akau,
Wanaka Yadam,
Manaki Yadam,
Magalia,
Magali,
Wala'a,
Wala,
Yazakar,
Yasakar,
Shem Yasha'ala,
Shamashal,
Awad,
Awa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawatazawa,
Nalatazu,
La,
La,
Yakad,
Yakau,
Al Yaka,
Ayaku,
Wayath,
Waya,
Yakaratu,
Yakua,
Ahaya,
Ahai,
Adawam,
Awa,
Wayasamala Salaki, Wayasama Yam,
Wayashamanam,
Mawaba,
Mawa,
Regarian,
Ragabi,
Gabal,
Gaba,
Wama One,
Wama,
Wama
Wama,
Palasha,
Palasha,
Nishabia,
Palasha,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gamashawar,
Gamashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Mam,
Mam,
Ayawa,
Awa,
Sawa,
Sawa,
Labanya Lawat,
Nabayawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Shah,
Shah,
Ham, Kamagin,
Kamagin,
Kasaraya,
Kasaraya,
Kabyan Young,
Kabyang,
Banaka,
Manaka,
Kwayaswan,
Kwayashawan,
Nachamagwa,
Nachma,
Bayanda Aru,
Bayanda,
Ayawa,
Ayawa,
Daman,
Nama,
Ladama,
Nama,
Shetamu,
Shaitan,
Nadiyamawa,
Ayama,
Kara,
Ra,
Wakazaaba,
Wakasala,
Wakazabak,
Wakasaba,
Wakatazamana,
Wakasama,
Kanasekamwa,
Kasakam,
Ashar,
Asha,
Amawa,
Nama,
Nawasha,
Asha,
Nanawa,
Nanwa,
Ah, Nawa,
Nawa,
Alahaim,
Alahai,
Alahaya,
Alahai,
Shayatamu,
Shaitan,
Kagagala,
Kalkakau,
Kagwash,
Kawash,
Talahat,
Alahai,
Ayam,
Ayam,
Khan,
Khan,
Tawapadu,
Kalkakau,
Asaraka,
Kasaraka,
Wabasapatka,
Wakasapaka,
Tabalaham,
Abraham,
Mala'a,
Alahai,
Panyaham, Kwalawan,
Kawan,
Wayabukaswa,
Wabakas,
Shimka,
Shankar,
Yahawa,
Yao,
Yabaswa,
Yabashu,
Wayabahawa,
Wabahaw,
Aya'ad,
Aya,
Wayakapawa,
Wayakapaw,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadu,
Wayadawa,
Wayadaw,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Ata,
Ata,
Shimka,
Shankar,
Yahawa,
Yao,
Labaka,
Labaka,
Ayawam,
Ayawam,
Ayakal,
Ayakal,
Rataza.
Aratasa. This is Psalms 8:3 in English. Keep not now silence, O Yahweh.
keep that
Keep not thy silence,
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace,
and be not still, O Yahweh.
and be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
Lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thine enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against our people,
and consulted against thy hidden one.
and consulted against our hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
let us cut them off from being a nation,
that the name of Israel
that the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
can be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together in one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee,
The tabernacles of Edom
the tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab
of Moab,
and the Hagrites,
and Hagrites,
Gebal
Gebal,
and Ammon
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur is also joined with them.
Assur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
make their nobles like Oreb
make their nobles like Oreb,
and like Zeb.
Yeah. Okay.
Check the YouTube page. Make sure it's something I can do. Yes.
All right.
So it's just weak sometimes.
Okay. So, like, for that Israel, technical difficulties. Wi-Fi want to act up with us. I'm Priest and Officer Lamawad of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Stepping in for Officer Shah Yala, who's supporting the brothers down in San Antonio. Big up to them brothers for the work that they doing, going down there and giving out a helping hand. We're gonna come to you out of the book of Exodus, chapter 17. I believe we ended chapter 16 last week, and so we're gonna get into chapter 17 this week. I've got special guest here, Officer Hatazan, reading the English for me, and then Officer Kagawar reading the Hebrew. So let's go ahead and get into it. If I could get verses 1 and 2.
This is the book of Exodus. Slide. What'd you say?
Chapter 17,
Okay. Slide.
verses 1 and 2.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 1. Wahasa call Adah Panah Washarala Madah Par Sahan Lama Saha Hayam Paul Paya Yahweh Waya Sana Par Yadan Wa'a Yan Maya Lashatat 1 verse 2 Waya Ra Yan Masha Waya Mar Kana Lana Mayan On Waya Anar Slaki Layan Mashan Maya Tara Upon Shemad Not Ma Tanasa 1 Ata Ya Power
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 1. Sorry. And all the congregation of the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of Sin after their journeys, according to the commandment of the Lord, and pitched in Rephidim, and there was no water for the people to drink. Verse 2. Wherefore the people did chide with Moses and said, Give us water that we may drink. And Moses said unto them, Why chide ye with me? Wherefore do ye tempt the Lord?
So the children of Israel, they done came up out of the wilderness of sin. They done pitched tent and riffed them, and the people is thirsty, right? And in that, they chide Moses, meaning they start scolding Moses, right? They, basically like somebody like, what you gonna do? Like, what you gonna do about this? We thirsty, we ain't got no water. Like, what are you doing? So basically, they halfway coming against it at this point. And Moses is like, why you coming at me? Why you don't ask the Lord? You know what I mean? When it says, wherefore do ye tempt the Lord? Like, why you ain't coming at the Lord? Why you ain't asking the Lord to help you? You coming scolding at me, but you need to ask the Lord at the end of the day. They ready to come at Moses at this point, but we gonna get into it a little bit later on in these verses. So go ahead and give me 3 and 4.
Okay, it's the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 3. Wayatazama Thumb Yon Lama Yan Lama Yum Why Yalam Yum Oh Masha Why Mar Lamar Za Asha it's like Halama Tan Nai Ha Matazarium Lama Yat Ata Wayat was like Wa Tapan Wayat Sa Bataza Ma verse 4 Waya Taza like Taza Masha Oh Yahweh Lamar Maya Asha Lam Yata Ayad Ma Wasa Lana
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 3. And the people thirsted there for water. And the people murmured against Moses and said, wherefore is this that thou hast brought us up out of Egypt to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst?
So people basically murmuring, talking behind Moses' back, saying, man, you done brought us up out of Egypt just to kill us by not having no water. We gonna die of starvation and thirst. Salakia, for that, we having some Wi-Fi issues. So what we're in verse 3, right? Yeah, we're in verse 3. Well, we haven't gone for verse 4 yet. But what I was saying about it is, you, like you said, you have people that come into this truth, coming out of the world because they, you in captivity at the end of the day. So you're having it hard, and you come into this truth, looking for some priest and prophet may have, talked to you, and you accept it. You come in because you want help in your situation, but you don't understand that help comes from the Lord. It ain't gonna come from the men in here. The men in here give you the truth. Each man got to work out his own salvation. You know what I mean? And in that, meaning you got to do the work. You got to get yourself right with the Lord. And that basically Moses, like said, was telling why, in verse 2, wherefore ye tempt the Lord, like you need to look upon the Lord. You looking upon me. I'm a man like you. You know what I mean? Now Moses had been stationed to be over Israel, but again, you've got to walk your walk, basically. And you got to trust in the Lord. And Moses is trying to get them to look towards the Lord. Go ahead and read verse 4.
Kawakan, sir. Verse 4. And Moses cried unto Yahweh, saying, what shall I do unto these people? They be almost ready to stone me.
So Moses now, he's lost. in a essence. He's lost because he's like, man, these people coming up on me, you know, they trying to jack me up, is what he said. You know what I mean? They gonna stone me here in a minute. They gonna kill me. I done brought him out of Egypt. I done brought him into this wilderness. We barely got food. We ain't got no water, and they looking to me for what to do. And we talking about millions of people. We ain't talking about just a few hundred, something like. We talking about millions of people, and one man is in front of them that's done brought them up out of here. I mean, just think about the weight that's on Moses' shoulders. Like, that's crazy. Millions of people looking at you. Say, man, we are starving and thirsty here, man. And you ain't got no answers. I mean, you got to think along the lines of, and excuse me, but you got to think along the lines of niggas right now. I know me. I'm going to be like, hey, man, you done brought me here. You ain't got no food. You ain't got no drink. You ain't got nothing. Like,
what's your plan?
Right, exactly. Like, you got me effed up.
So,
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, even a man in his house right now, just dealing with the problems with people that's in your house. Just
right.
Imagine that 10 times.
1,000 times. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, bro, that is a heavy weight to burden. So right. Moses is now turning to the Lord like, hey, you want to do something. You done set me up. That's how he looking at the Lord. Like, you done set me up. And now they looking at me. They can't see you. All they see is me. And they asking me for something I can't give them. You know, now I done showed them. I done parted the sea. You know, I done brought your plagues out on Egypt, killed first babies, and did all of this. You done pulled us out here. And now we ain't got no water. Right. So yeah, show me the way. Like you're gonna have to do something. Yeah. So that's where we at right now. Now go ahead, give me 5 and 6.
Come on, book of Exodus chapter 17, verse 5. Wayamar, Yahweh, all, Mashah, Apar. It's like it is a bar. Lapanya, Wayakar, Atak, Maza, it's like a Maya Naya. Yashar, all, Wamatak, it's like a Wamatak, Ashar, Yat, Bawa, Hayar, Sakar.
Right here. Mamanawa. Mamanawa.
No, above it. Right here. Right above my finger.
That's by your dock.
By your dock.
Yeah, just go get through. You good. Salaki, y'all give it up for Officer Chicago.
Wayal, Ka, verse 6. Ana, Naya, Ahmad, Lapanyak, sorry. Sham, all. Hataza, Hatazawar. Bakar. Waya Kayata. Bataza R. Slugging. Batazar. Waya Taza all. Waya Taza. Mama Nayam. Washata. Hayam. Waya Tasha. Khan. Ma Shaya. La Layan. Zanaz Naya. Yashta Raw.
Cool. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 5. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go on before the people, and take with thee of the elders of Israel, and thy rod wherewith thou smotest the river, take in thine hand, and go.
So the Lord is like any father that deals with his children, because they don't know get frantic. You know what I mean? They get a little beside themselves. But father, he calm. He like, man, get with the elders and go down to the river where you split it. You know, just calm down, basically. You know what I mean? Like, I got this. You know, and I mean that's just like the men in Israel got to be with our people of Israel that's not in the truth. You know, they're the ones that get the freaking out. We know the truth. You know what I mean? Like we know that it's end times. We know that the Lord is coming back for blood.
Okay.
We don't freak out like, what are we gonna do? We pray for destruction. You know what I mean? So we don't sit here and like, what are we gonna do? What is this and what is that? Because we understand. And that's what the Lord is dealing with Moses now. He's like, man, you done trusted me up to this whole point. You done came through all this stuff. And we get to here, and you think I'm gonna let y'all starve and go without water? That's basically what he's at now. Like, hey man, just go gather the elders. Y'all go up here to this deal where you smoke the river. And because Moses is like every other prophet before him and even after him, he's an obedient servant. He ain't argue. You see here, he ain't argue with the Lord.
Right.
He got up and he went. That's what makes you special before the Lord, is you not going back and forth with the Lord. He said it, you do it. It's not, well, but what about if this happens or that happens? That's a child that has no trust in his parents or whatever the case may be. If I sit here and I tell my daughters, hey, go do this. Yeah, but dad, that might not work. You're gonna look at your kid like, what I say, man? You know what I mean? So that's the same way that the Lord deals with. That's how he deals with one individual out of the nation. Who is the one that's not going to question my authority? Who's the one that's not going to question what I said? I said it, do it. Simple as that. Go ahead.
Come, sir. Verse 6. Behold, I will stand before thee there upon the rock of Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel.
And so now, like any good father, you done told your kid something. And an obedient kid It's just gonna go do it, right? But in that, because you're a good father, now you're gonna explain why I told you, right? And like he said, he's like, hey, this is the plan. This is what we're gonna do. You go, you smite this rock. I done showed you all these other miracles. So you thought that was the end of it? Smite the rock, water coming out. Now the people got water. But he had to solidify in Moses that this is who I'm dealing with. This is the one you need to look to, but don't come against him. You know what I mean? They coming against him because Moses had more obedience than any other. We seen that with Aaron and I forget the what is it, his sister's name? I forget her name. Anybody tell me? The one that her and Aaron, Miriam, they questioned the Lord about Moses, end up getting cursed for it. So Moses was the one, he would ask questions like why, just like he did up in verse 4. He was like, what shall I do unto this people? Like, man, what am I gonna do for them? You know what I mean? Because he want to know what's next. And that's the heart that you gotta have hearing this truth. Once we complete a task, it's what's next. You know what I mean? Don't doubt what's gonna come because the scriptures say what's gonna come. Go ahead, let's get verse where we at? We was in 5. Did you already read 6?
Call, sir.
So we're at 7.
Call.
Yeah. Okay, 7 and 8. No, hold on. Give me 7, 8, and 9.
Come on, book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 7. Wayakwar Sham Wama Kwa Kwam Masa Wama Raya Pa All Rayap Panaya Yashar All Slagi Yasharala Wayal Nasat Yahweh Lamar Hayashar Yahweh Pakwa Rapanya Ayana verse 8 Waya Pa Amalak Waya Lakam Yayasha Asherala Bara Paya Dan verse 9 Waya Amar Masha Al Yahawashah Bakar Lana Anashah Yam Ataza Hakam Bama Lak Makar Anaka Kaya Nataza Taza All Bayashah Agag, Baya, Haman, Ta, Al, Ha, Yam, Bayadai.
Slaggy, before you read, can somebody look up for me real quick? Masa and Mirabah. Masa is M-A-S-A, Salaki, Massah, and Mirabah is Meribah, because I'm just curious as to what that means. Look, go ahead.
Holocaust. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 7. And he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah because of the chiding of the children of Israel, and because they tempted the Lord, saying, Is the Lord among us or not?
So he named this place Massa and Mirabah because of the scolding that the children of Israel was doing to him, and that they were basically like, hey man, where's this God you claim to have? You know, some of our people do that today, where they like, oh y'all talking about that Bible and y'all talking about the Lord. Where is your Lord? Prove him. You know what I mean? So this is kind of what they were doing. Like, man, you say he with us, where he at? You know, so go ahead. You got it.
I was looking at the definition.
Okay.
Masa.
Okay.
Masa is a biblical place, name that means testing or trial.
Testing or tried.
Yeah, testing or trial. It's the name of the place where the Israelites tested God faithless by complaining about the lack of water.
Gotcha. So he solidified that place by naming it after children of Israel, but basically testing his patience at that point, because they coming at him, and like you said, they about to get ready to stone him. So he named that place accordingly. Go ahead, and we're on verse 8, right?
Verse 10.
Uh,
No, I'm saying.
yeah, Holocaust or real clear saying.
Go ahead.
Holocaust. Verse 8. Then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim.
So now we got Amalek, who's the so-called Jewish man today, coming in to fight the Israelites down there where they done pitched tent and riff of them, right? Go ahead.
Holocaust. Verse 9. And Moses said unto Joshua, Choose us out men, and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on top of the hill with the rod of God in my hand.
So Moses turns to Joshua. He's like, hey, man, go pick some men out. We're going to have to go fight this fight. And I'm going to go up on this hill tomorrow. But, Moses is a general at this point. You know what I mean? He's like, hey, man, go pick some men out. And we're going to have to go out here and fight Amalek. I mean, he said, and then he also tell him, look, I'm going to go up on this hill tomorrow. And then we're going to get into why he's up on this hill and he's got the rod of God in his hand. So let's get, let's see here. Let's go 10 and 11.
It's book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 10. Wayashai, Yahawashai, Kashar, Amar, Bawa, Mashah, Lalakam, Ba Malak, Wamashai, Awa It's like Al Haran. Haran. Kalar. Allah. Rashar. Haga Ba. You said verse 11 too? Verse 11. Wahaya. Kalashar. Sorry, it's Kashar. Yah Yah Yayam. Mashar. Yada. Wagabar. Yasharala. Waka Ashar. Yanyaka. Yada. Wagabar. Amalak.
Okay. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 10. So Joshua did as Moses had said to him and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill.
So Joshua obeyed the orders given to him. Go ahead.
Kotzer. Verse 11. And it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed.
So here we have Israel down fighting with Amalek, going at it, right? We got Moses standing up on the hill with the rod of God, his staff. And when he put his hands up, Israel starts winning the fight. But he's holding the staff up and his arm gets tired. And so his arm comes down. Now Amalek winning the fight. So what do we know? He got to keep his arms up.
That's right.
Now, how crazy is that? We talking about a whole war going on. You put your hand up with your staff, you winning the war, hands down, no problem. But your arm getting tired. Now it's coming back down. This just shows you that God is at play. And God is saying, he done gave Moses orders to go up on this hill. You hold your staff up, you're going to prevail. Let the staff down, you're going to lose. So let's go on.
Like
Go ahead.
it's kind of symbolic. It's like, where your power coming from? Up here.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Let's go. Go ahead and give me, let me see. Go ahead and give me the next two verses. What is that, 11 and 12? Yeah.
So it's 12 and 13.
Is it 12 and 13?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
12 and 13.
Book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 12. Why Daya, Mashah, Cobb, Dayam, Wayak, Ka, Aban, Wayashah, Yama, Dakar, Dayam, Wayashaba, Allah, Yahweh, it's lucky, Laha, Waharn, Wakar, Dam, Ka, Bayad, Ya, Nazar, Akkad, Wamaza, Akkad, Waya Wayahaya Ya Yaha Ma Wana Ad Ba Ba'a Hasham Shah. Verse 13.
Okay.
Verse 13. Waya Kasha Yahweh Shah Slagi. I thought
That means Joshua. So just
Joshua.
for FYI, yeah, Joshua.
Slagi Joshua.
Well, I mean, you say Yahweh Shah, but that's what it means in English, Joshua.
Amal Lak. Wata Ama Laba Yakar Wakalab.
Okay. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 12. But Moses' hands were heavy.
So Moses is getting tired. He trying to hold his hands up, but he tired. Go ahead.
And they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereon. And Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on the one side and the other on the other side. And his hands were steady until the going down of the sun.
So Moses is getting tired, right? He's trying to hold his hands up. He's standing there. You know what I'm saying? He know if he bring his hands down, they're gonna lose the fight. So Aaron and Hur get a stone. Here, sir, have a seat. So he have a seat. Now they on both sides of him, holding his arms up, right? They got to hold his arms up all day long. They having this fight, man. I mean, just think about that for a second. We complain about a lot of things. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say just when you get, I challenge anybody here, when you go home, sit down on your couch and grab 2 pieces of paper and try to hold them.
And just try to hold them up. Yeah. Look, not only get a pen. This is something we used to do in the military. Get a pen, hold it out in front of you, and just hold it there.
Just do a technique. If you can do it.
You ain't gonna do it. If you're not used to it, you're not gonna do it. But that's just to kind of give you an idea of what Moses is going through at this point. Think about what's on his mind. That it's killing going on. You know what I mean? It's killing going on down there, and it's predicated on if my arms stay up or if my arms come down. Like, again, this is a weight on his shoulder that you can't see, that you got to just recognize. If I put my hands down, they gonna die. Straight up. So he's holding his arms up the best he can. Aaron and Hur see this. They now starting to realize he don't keep his arms up, they gonna die. You know what I mean? So now they got to do something. Go ahead.
It's a lot. These are the same people that was ready to stone him.
The same people that's ready to stone him for no water.
But he keeping his arms up.
But he keeping his arms. So I'm gonna pose a question. In this verse, what do you see?
Brotherhood.
Right. You seeing brotherhood, right? Because Aaron and Hur could just stand by. They could be like, in Salaki, some of these brothers out here that see you going through something, or they see you working at something and you having a hard time with it, and they look at you and be like, sucks to be that brother. Or they could come and help you out.
Right.
You know what I mean? We've all seen it. We've seen brothers that are quick to be like, hey, brother, let me help you out with that. Some of you ask to help you out with that before you even get started. Some brothers, they wait till they told to go help you out. And that's not what the Lord is looking for. He's not looking for men to be told to go help you out. He's looking for Aaron and Hur that say, here, have a seat. You hold his arm up on that side, I'm gonna hold his arm up on this side. We gonna win this war. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, read verse 13.
Kawakad, sir. Verse 13. And Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword.
So Joshua embarrassed Amalek with the sword at that point. That's what discomfited is. He embarrassed them, meaning they went to whooping that butt. Salah. You know what I mean? To the point that they was embarrassing them out there on the battlefield. All right. Because why? You got the Lord in the side. Somebody got a question? Oh, do you ask?
Yes, like, sir.
Go ahead.
What you were saying earlier about Moses having to hold his hands up.
Right.
Like last time when we were at camp, just reading for
right
about an hour.
Right.
You start to feel.
Right.
You know,
Exactly. You already know. Right.
It's to remind you, like, why are you doing what you're doing every day?
There you go.
When you come
That's right.
or when you go
That's,
to camp.
that's right.
Like,
and this is a young man saying this, and he realizes this. Now I'm taking it a step further. A good officer that's over the camp is going to see your arms getting tired. And what he's going to do, select you. Hey, go relieve the brother. Right? Now come down. Hey, sit down, get you some water. You know what I'm saying? Rest yourself. And that's what's going on here with Aaron and her. Salakia, sir, sit down, rest yourself. We got your arms. Relax your arms. We gonna keep your arms up, but relax your arms. You ain't gotta tense the muscles up no more and stuff like that. Relax. We got you. You ain't gotta carry the burden by yourself. You know what I mean? The Lord set us up to help you.
Right.
And that's like Commanding General Yana and the generals and the captains. We ain't gotta set up one man to take on the burden. We all take the burden on. So it's less burden. That's why you have officers of 50, officers of 500, officers of 1,000, officers of 5,000, captains, and so on and so forth, because the burden is lessened the more you have. But you have to have men that's willing to take the burden on and not be commanded to take the burden on. Because when you commanded to take the burden on, it's just that, it's a burden. It's just like when you go to work. People call it work because they don't want to be there. But you ever seen somebody that wants to come to work, wants to do the work, when you see them, they always relax, cool, calm, and everything. Why? Because they want to be there. They want to do the stuff. And then the people that don't want to be there look at him like, how? Look at this nigga here. Right? Look at this nigga. Look at this old corporate nigga. I know you've heard that, right? Oh, you a corporate man. You know what I'm saying? No, he just takes pride in what he does. He knows this is his livelihood. Just like Moses knows, if I put my hands down, we gonna die. So it's serious business. You know what I mean? And you got to take it as such. All right. So let's move on. Let's finish this. Chapter out. Give me 14 through 16.
Come Salaki, if I may.
Go ahead.
Got a shout out from Ottawa, Officer 5000. Shadi Allah said big up to Priest and Officer Lamawad, Priest and Officer Kagwar, and Priest and Officer Hatazan for a righteous Sabbath service. We have 14.
We have 14. Go ahead through 16.
Book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 14. Wamaya, Mar, Yahweh, Al, Mashah, Kata, Zayat, Zakar, Rahman, Basapar, Washar, Yam, Basan, Basanaya, Yahawashah, Kaya, Makar, Anakar, Amakas, Salaki, Atar, Zakar, Amalak, Matkath, Hashar, Mayam. Verse 15. Waya, Slayo, Wabanya, Mashar, Mazar, Rock, Wayak, Ra, Shamaya, Yahweh, Nakar, Nakaya. Verse 16. Waya, Mar, Kaya, Yad, Al, Kasa, Ya, Mal, Kama, Laya, Hawa, Ba, Malak, Madar, Ar. That's like the Ra.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 14. And the Lord said, and Yahweh said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven.
So he's telling Moses, write it down, make it a memorial, just like our oppressor makes memorials all the time, 9/11, other things of that nature. And go over it with Joshua. And he's saying, and as far as Amalek, don't even sweat it. Right? You know what I mean? I'm gonna put them out of remembrance. All right, go ahead.
Kawakatser. Verse 15. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nisi. Verse 16. For he said, because Yahweh hath sworn that that Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
So they build this altar as they do with a lot of to show memorial, right? And then the Lord said he gonna have war with Amalek generation to generation, right? Now we see with the so-called Jewish man, right? He has never had peace. It's always been war with him. And it is not because it's just their luck. No, that's the Lord. The Lord is the one that has done the things to them and is continuing to do the things to them today. That's why there is no peace in Israel. Why? Because the true Israelites are not in the land. It's an imposter that's in the land, and don't even follow the Lord at the end of the day. They don't even believe in Yahweh, or they believe he's some, nothing, basically. So yeah, the Lord we know is a man of war. I forget what scripture that is. If somebody can find that for me, but the Lord say he a man of war. So it's nothing for him to say he gonna have war with them generation to generation. I mean, just think about generation is what, 40 years? Is that what that is? So every 40 years, new generation.
Right.
So generation to generation, over and over and over. So Exodus 15:3, the Lord is a man of war. Let me just read that real quick. 15, Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Or Yahweh is his name. So,
That's right.
so the Lord is like, the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. So when you look upon this so-called Jewish man and all the things that he's gone through, even up to the day, the Lord's doing that. Just like the Lord says, I created good and evil. So we as Israelites, we understand that. We in the UPK, we understand that one vessel is made for honor, one vessel is made for dishonor. Who am I to say, no, don't break this vessel? Why? I didn't make this vessel. I didn't create this. I didn't create my life. So who am I to say who's to be made war with, who should die and who should remain alive? It's not for me to make that decision. So we can only make the decisions that we're in control of. Things we not in control of, you shouldn't really have an opinion about it. Your opinion is right here. The Lord's opinion. We don't know. The scriptures say we don't know his ways. His ways are not our ways. So when we might use our feelings to say, that's not right, Lord looking at you, who is you? That's like when he said, tell them I am who I am.
Oh,
In Christianity, try to say, oh, that's his name. No, we niggas. We talk like that, right? Like I know anybody be like, man, who is you? You know what I'm saying? Like what? And what? You know what I mean? That's how we talk. So that's how the Lord is. Lord, like, and what? I am who I am.
Like it, sir.
Go ahead.
I believe a lot of us in here took it that way when we first read that.
Right.
I did.
Right. But when you indoctrinated in Christianity, then it's, oh, that's his name.
Right. You gotta have that spirit to
you gotta have that spirit,
is.
right, of discernment to know that this book is written in slang and it's written by our people, and you got to know what's being said. And the Lord says he's a man of war. So men in Israel got to be men of war. That's how you got to look at everything. Okay. You got to look at it as it is what it is, and you have no authority to change it. All right. Let's go ahead and go into chapter 18. Go ahead and give me the first 3 verses.
Comes book of Exodus chapter 18, verse 1. Vayashan Ma Ya Ra Kayan Mad Yan Aryan Katan Mashah Ah Tal Ashtar Ashar Alaya Alayam Lam Shah Wall Yashar Raw after all it's like Ama Kaya Haktaza Yahweh Ah Yashar Ah Yashtarala Mama Taza Yah. Verse 2. Vayaka Yahara like Yah Ra Kayan Mashar Ah Tazapar, Tazapara, Ashah, Mashar, Akar, Shalah, Shalah, Ka, Yah. Verse 3. Or Hatah, Sky Naya, Bon Yah, Ashar, Sham, Akal, Kayad, Gara, Sham, Kaya, Amar, Agab, Sluggy, Gara, Haya, Yatai, Ba'a, Rataza, Nak, Raya.
Cool. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 1. When Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that God had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, and that Yahweh had brought Israel out of Egypt.
So now you got Moses' father-in-law, Jethro, and the word is spreading of what the Lord is doing for the children of Israel. The Lord is letting everybody know at this point. All right, go ahead.
Kolokasha. Verse 2. Then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back. Verse 3. And her 2 sons, of which the name of one was Gershom, for he said, I have been an alien in a strange land.
So Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, he done packed up Zipporah, Moses' wife, and because Moses had sent them away, he had sent them to her father, right? And now the father has packed them up. He's bringing them back to Moses. And like they said, they were alien in a strange land. Even though they were amongst their people, it was just strange to them. You know what I mean? They were aliens. So just like today when they talk about illegal aliens and all of that, because I when I was growing up, alien to me was somebody from outer space. So when you say, they aliens, I'm looking confused. Like, what? You look at somebody like an alien? You know what I mean? So, but we know that there is no illegal alien. This land was these people's all along. It's just another people came along, and basically stole the land and evicted the people that was on it, which is a wild thing that you then turn around and make laws that so it don't happen to you. That's crazy work. You know what I mean? But like I said, you got to understand why. Like it was always wild to me. And just this is on a side note. I know y'all heard of somebody squatting in a house or building or something, and you would think if you come home and somebody's in your house, you can just, hey man, you gotta get out. But the law says no, they got squatters' rights, which is wild to me. How do you have rights to my stuff, right? And I can't put you out. I gotta go to court. I gotta do all of this. Why do I gotta go to court and do all of this? Because at the end of the day, you would be a hypocrite when you came into another people's land, fought them and kicked them out, right? But you've been squatting in their land. That's like our brothers and sisters down in San Antonio. They go see the Alamo. To me, the Alamo is just the first squatters in Texas. Right. Because that wasn't their building, wasn't their land. And Santa Ana and them came to serve an eviction notice, right? And Sam Houston, Davy Crockett and them is like, nah, we got rights. But how you got rights? Like, how you got rights? That's crazy. You know, this is not your land. So they fought. The oppressor won, built the border, and said, now y'all are aliens if you come in here. And that's crazy. That's crazy work. You aliens in your own land. But the Lord gonna take care of that, right? Let's move on. Give me 4 and 5.
Oh, come on. This book of Exodus chapter 19, verse 4. Atham. Rayatham. Ashar. Ashayad. Daya. Amataza. Rayam. Matazariam. Wayashar. Atha Kam. All. Khan. Haya. Nashar. Rayam. Wayat Bar. Abba. It's like it. Atai Khan. Kam. Alaya. Verse 5. Wayata. Shamawa. Tashama. Bakwa. Laya. Washama. Ra. Ata. Bar. Ya. Waha. Wahaya. Yatam. Laya. Saga. La. Mashal. Ha. Aya. Yam. Kaya. Laya. Call. Haya. Bataza.
Okay. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 4. And the name of the other was Eliezer, for Yahweh of my father said, for the God of my father said he was mine help and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. Verse 5. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife unto Moses in the wilderness, where he encamped at the mount of God. Verse 6. And he said unto Moses, I, thy father-in-law, Jethro, am come unto thee, and thy wife, and her 2 sons with her.
So this is just Jethro coming and bringing his family to him. Go ahead and give me the next 3 verses, 7, 8, 9.
Book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 7. Wahai, Wahai, Ba, Mashai, Waya, Quar, Laza, Quan, Ya, Ham, Waya Shan, Apat, Ya, Ah, Call, Hi, Barai, Yam, Hayallah, Ashar, Tazawa, Ya, Aha, Slakia. Yahweh, verse 8. Waya, Na, Call, Ham, Yakad, Yakadwa, Waya, Wayal, Nar, Call, Ashar, the Bar, Yahweh, Mashah, Wayashah, Shah, Mashah, Slaki, Mashah, Ah, the Bar, Yah, All, Yahweh, verse 9. Wayat, Damar, Yahweh, All, Mashah, Anah, Anah, Kaya, Ba, Alayah, Alayak, Abba, Baya, Hanana, Hananya, Na, Baba, Babar, Yasham, Ma, Haman, Hams, like it. Bad, Baria, Amak, Agam, Baka, Ya, Mayan, Lawash, Lawa, Lam, Ah, Da, Barya, All, Yahweh. And the 10.
That was through 9.
Okay.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 7, chapter 18, verse what's this? 7. And Moses went out to meet his father-in-law and did obstinence, right? Obeisance, and kissed him. And they asked each other of their welfare, and they came into the tent. Verse 8. And Moses told his father-in-law all that Yahweh had done unto Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, and all that the travail that had come upon them by the way, and how Yahweh delivered them. Verse 9. And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which Yahweh had done to Israel, whom he had delivered out of the hands of the Egyptians.
So basically, Moses has come out, and he's come out to greet his father-in-law. Obeisance is basically to embrace, you know what I mean, to pay homage, to bow down before, you know what I mean. So he's come out, he's come out to pay homage to his father-in-law, to greet him, you know, like here in the UPK, we dap you up. It's the holy kiss, right? Now basically they're just he's just exchanging the stories with his father-in-law, you know, telling him what happened, how great the Lord is, and what they brought him through, the splitting of the Red Sea, and you know, the plagues and everything else. So he's just giving them the story. All right, so let's go ahead and get where are we at? He's on 10. So go ahead and give me 10, 11, and 12.
This book of Exodus. Wait, what, chapter 20?
18. We're in 18, verse 10.
We're in chapter 20, right?
No, we're in chapter 18.
18.
You don't have it? You don't have it.
Okay, I just had a page in this for some reason.
No, you good.
This book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 10. Atah, Yad, Aya, Kaya, God, Gadol, Yahweh, Makal, Ha'al, La, Yam, Kaya, Bad, Bar, Ashar, Zai, All, Yahal, Ham, 12. Wayaka, Ka, Ya, Ra, Kata, Kath, Na, Masha, Allah, Waza, Baka, Yam, Lala, Ha, Yam, Wayad, Iran, Wakal, Sakwa, Naya, Yashar, All, Yashral. It's like Yashral. Know that. Akal, Akam, Katan, Nashah, Lapa, Abnaya, Ha'al, La, Hayam. It's 10, 11, 12, right?
Okay. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 10. And Jethro said, Blessed be Yahweh, who hath delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of the Pharaoh, who hath delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Verse 11. Now I know that Yahweh is greater than all gods, for in the thing wherein they dealt proudly, he was above them. Verse 12. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for Yahweh. And Aaron came, and all the elders of Israel, to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before Yahweh.
So Jethro is just saying how amazed he is, that the Lord has done the things that he's done. And now he knows that he's greater than all the gods. And that's just all the gods that they were worshiping, wood and stone and whatever other carvings, making a golden calf and other things like that, just out of ignorance and vanity, doing these things. And he's saying that he realizes that that the Lord God of Israel is above all of that, right? And so now they're sitting down, they're having a feast. Just they're having a feast together. No different than y'all get together and have a barbecue or something like that. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead. Give me 13. Let me 13 through 15.
Okay, book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 13. Waya haya, Amakah, Ra, what Waya, Shab, Mashah, Lashah, Ha, Ah, Hayam, Waya, Mad, Ha'am, Al, Mashah, Manat, Abaquar, Quar, Ad, Harab, verse 14. Waya Ra, Katan, Mashah, Ah, Kal, Ashar, Hawa, Ashar, Lam, Wayamar, Ma'ar, Hadabar, Hazah, Ashar, Ham, Natazar, Alayah, Manah, Aquar, Ayad, Arab, verse 15. Hayab, Nar, Mashah, Lakah, Dan, Kaya, Abba, Alaya, Hayam, Lada, Ra, Rasha, Allah, Allahayam.
Cool. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 13. And Jethro, and it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses from the morning unto the evening.
So now Moses done rose up in the morning and he's back to work. Just like brothers in the UPK, right?
Work
Like
never quit.
the work don't stop.
Okay.
So Moses is back up to judge the people. And it says the people stood by him from the morning until the evening. Now think about it. We talking about millions of people. One man is judging the whole nation. And they come into him from the time he sits down to time to go to bed. All day he's just judging, right? All right, go ahead.
Sir. Verse 14. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, What is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone? And all the people stand by thee from morning until even.
So his father-in-law is like, what is you doing? Like, man, you sitting here from the morning to the evening judging these people by yourself. Like, what is you doing, man? You a candle burning at both ends.
Vacation.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's what you got to understand here in the truth, right? When you don't want to go to camp, when you don't want to go do something, you don't when you wrestling with yourself about doing the work of the Lord, think about Moses and what he had to do. Moses had to do this by himself. We got brothers and sisters for encouragement, for wisdom, for everything else in this truth. Moses had to do it alone, and now, well, he didn't have to do it alone. Salaki, let me back up, because like I said, you had Aaron, Miriam that helped him along. They had brotherhood in this, but ultimately he's trying to take all of this on by himself, right? And here you got his father-in-law seeing this, and he's like, man, you gonna kill yourself. You know what I mean? You can't keep this up. It's like a brother that's working 3 jobs, 24 hours a day. When you gonna sleep? When you gonna take time to yourself? You cannot keep on this way. Go ahead.
Sir. Verse 15. And Moses said unto his father-in-law, Because the people come unto me to inquire of Yahweh.
He said they coming to me because they want to know the Lord's word. Just like they come to the men of the UPK to get fed, right? You feed them with the word, and so they coming to him night and day. Who else they gonna go to? The Lord done set Moses up to be the one, right? Not set him up like for failure or something like that, but he done set him up to be that one. But in that, now we have Jethro come in to be like an advisor. We're gonna find out. Go ahead. Let's get 16, 17, and 18.
Come. Book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 16.
And Salaki, we gonna hold on 1 second. Yeah, get those three and we gonna wrap it up because we gotta get out of here.
Concerns. Book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 16. Kaya, Yahweh, Lam, the choir, the bars, like Ba, Alaya, Laya, Washa, Pa, Daya, Bayan, Aya, Ayasha, Wabayan, Rahaya, Rahawa, Waha, Wad, Ata, Ya, Ata, Kakwa, Ya, Ha'a, Laha, Yam, Waya, Tarata, Yawa, Waya, Mar, Katan, Ayasha, Alaya, La'a, Dayab, I Had Halbar, Ayashar, Atar, Ta, Ashai, Shaha, verse 18. Nabal, Tabal, Gam, Ata, Gam, Hama, Hazar, Ashar, Mak, Kaya, Kabad, Mamak, Hadad, Adabar, La'a, Ta, Qual, Asha, Shawa, Labar.
Okay. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 16. When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and another, and I do make them know the statutes of Yahweh and his laws.
All right, so
That thou doest is not good.
so Moses' father-in-law saying, "Hey man, what you doing is not good," and he don't mean good like you ain't supposed to be doing it. He's basically saying, man, you like I said earlier, this is not good for you. You can't keep this up. Go ahead.
Culture. Verse 18. Thou wilt surely wear away, both thou and this people that is with thee. For this thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone.
So he's saying, hey man, I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm saying you can't do this by yourself. You're gonna wear yourself out, and the people are gonna be wearied out because I mean, like I said, these are millions of people. So think about the line that he's got of people waiting to come see him, ask their questions, and get judgment on their issues. You know, you stand in line too long anywhere, you're gonna finally be like, man, I'm going home. Man, look, if you and your rib having a nap and y'all stand in this line trying to get some judgment, trying to get some counseling or whatever the case, finally, y'all just gonna go home and keep on arguing. I ain't got time to stand in this line. Y'all gonna start arguing about standing in the line, right? You see what I'm saying? So his father-in-law is trying to get him to understand, because Moses is any brother that comes in the truth with a high zeal. He's just trying to do the work, and he's trying to do the most he can. He's the brother that when you setting up camp, he grabs all the camp signs and is trying to run across the street with them. When other brothers are standing there saying, brother, like, I can help you. Like, you ain't got to carry all 6 signs, man. You know what I'm saying? So Moses is just like, he's got the zeal on him. He's trying to do everything he can, but his father-in-law is trying to get him to understand you cannot do this alone. It is not possible. It's just not. You're going to wear yourself out. But it gets very much more interesting as you go on. We'll get into that. We'll get into more of that next week. For now, I want to say the water to these 2 brothers, Officer Hatazan, Officer Officer Kagawa. Y'all give it up to them. And the water for everybody that came out. I appreciate y'all. Without y'all, this truth cannot happen. So let's everybody stand, and we're gonna go through the prayers, and we're gonna end it out.
Our concert.
Face the east. It's the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw. Sabashman.
Sabashman.
Wadash.
Wadash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shemka. Yahweh. Malak.
Kabaha.
Zakah. Yeah. Shah. Ratiza. Yeah. Ashman. Betanyina. Become. Call.
You want.
Wasalakana.
What's a lot?
Kawabna. Wasalakana. Walaha.
Walaha.
Abayanaw. And I say one.
That's a one.
Above.
Above.
Awashanaw.
Hawasanaw.
Mayan. Rat. Kaya. Lakab. Malakwa. Allah. What the Parah. Lawalam. Aman.
This is the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
The power in the Hebrew. Power. Hashem. Yahshua. Baba Gashah. Nathaniel. Bakat. Laba'a. Kalmakah. Kalmadaw. Bakat. Latahah. Matazariyam. Bakat. Lakwayam. Matiyam. Arakawa. Fatima. Bahashim. Abashah.
This is the power in English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it.
Salute out. Shalom Yabba. Salute out. Shalom Yabba Shemakatham to the brothers.
Shalom,
Tom.
And Shalom Yahweh Shemar Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters.
Shalom Yashma Tom Bashem Yashma.
Shalom, Yahweh. Shema Allah Ta'ala B'Shem Yahweh.
Shalom Israel.